what's your ideal marital situation or everything we're talking about?
Do you want to
here?
get married?
Yeah, what's ideally?
So I grew up in Israel, and over there, I guess the 20th century is the norm. Everybody gets married in their early 20s. That's just how it is. And my parents have a gorgeous marriage and with traditional gender roles. I would like at some point to meet a partner who can be that for me. But I'm not at all ready to do that anytime soon.
Tori?
And that's the problem, because you're 23, right? This is when you're supposed to make a bet. That's how it would fix things. But nobody, like, I'm 27. When I was 23, I was in no way ready to say that's the guy and make the bet on the guy. I'm using you as an example. So
right
sorry.
ahead.
Okay, don't think that I'm
Use
like
me all you
being
like.
rude. But okay. But like, you want to be independent. One way that this whole thing could be fixed was if women were dependent on men, but we took that away. So women, was it 60% are in college?
60-40.
60-40. So 60% of women are getting college educated. Women will divorce a man if they don't make, you have to make the same, no.
58% more makes you
58%.
economically attractive.
Yeah, so women are like, I want a guy that makes the same as me or more, which...
Well, that would incentivize me to make more, because then he would make more.
Well, hold on. So in order to be the same, they have to make 58% more. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense.
So if a woman is making $100,000, a guy needs to make $158,000
Exactly.
a year in order to appease the woman?
Or else she
to be
divorced-
economically attractive.
Yeah, she will. There's some. Wait,
Well, 75% of women are the ones that initiate divorce.
It's
Is that the
higher
number?
than that.
It's more than
It's
that.
like about 80%.
I always,
and it comes down
peg
to
it. It depends on
financial.
whose numbers you're looking at. It can be anywhere between 70 and 80.
I see 79 really commonly. But
Okay, so, but back to the question,
my
yeah.
point is, like, if women are divorcing men at a 79% rate, whatever, and the reason is financial, and there's a direct correlation between women divorcing men when they out-earn them, women have to be dependent on men in order for a marriage to actually work. She wants to be
Here's where I
independent.
disagree completely.
Well, this is stats.
It's not that one has to be dependent on the other. It's that one has to accept the role of the nurturer, and then the person who nests, and the person who and then the other person has to be the one who provides. I don't agree with this notion that women need to be dependent on men.
Though.
Would you be okay with a guy who makes less money than you, wants to be a house husband, and wants to be the nurturer who sits at home while you're going off to work?
I have an answer for you. I recognize this biological attraction that I have to men who are providers, but that does not at all mean that I'm going to put myself in a vulnerable position. It means that I'm going to be attracted to a guy who's going to spoil me. You know, whether it's with money or with whatever, attention.
Time, affection, yeah.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
D.
But I'm not, you know, that's the stereotype, and there's a reason there's a stereotype, but I don't represent everybody, especially not LGBTQ couples or whatever. Like, it's just, this is how a relationship works. One needs to be the nurturer, one needs to be the provider, period. It's not that women need to depend on men, and I think this is what, like, the manosphere is trying to tell women is, like, stop being educated, stop making money, and that's not it. I'm not fully cooked yet. I'm not ready to stop, and also, how am I ever going to get to a point in life where I'm meeting the kind of people that I want to be with for the rest of my life if I don't put myself there?
Well, most men aren't there, though. That's the problem.
I don't want those men, though.
You just said you did, though. I
didn't. What did I say? What?
You said,
what do you
I
mean?
want to be around men that I'm attracted to, like the guys that you feel drawn to. Mm-hmm. They're not going to be anywhere near your area, like schooling, where you're making more.
I'm not talking about schooling. I'm talking about if I can't have a conversation about politics and I want a politician.
Okay.
If I'm not in those circles where people are discussing those things.
So like education, you would find a guy that is into politics.
If that's what I wanted.
So, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
What? Hold on. You guys are not agreeing right here. I'd like to get to the heart of the matter here. What's the problem?
I'm going to take a step back because I feel like I'm triggering. And so there's no good discourse that comes from emotion. So I'll let it move with
I didn't
more.
think I was reacting with emotion. If that's how you feel, I would.
Okay.
I will
just
say, I want to say right now, I'm more than happy to continue having this conversation. I'm definitely not triggered. If you want to stop, that's totally fine.
Let me throw out some numbers at you here. When a couple gets together and they're both making the same, or maybe the guy's making a little bit more, and that woman gets a promotion at work, that precipitates divorce. Like I want to say it's like 83 or 86% of the time. So if a woman gets a boost in status and a boost in wealth, that precipitates divorce.
Really?
And so that's that.
Why is that?
Well, because she's again, women don't want men who are their equal. They want a guy that they can look up to. You cannot admire and look up to a man who is your
That's
equal.
why girls, when I say, do you care if a guy is rich or whatever? Rich. I ask girls all the time, would you rather have a rich guy or a hot guy? And
we asked Victoria Larson that
exactly. I'll take the hot guy, the rich guy. A lot of the common times they say, well, I'll take the hot guy, but I want him to have initiative and drive. Even if he's not making money yet, I want the person who's who like is a go-getter. He's
if he won the lottery, it's not gonna boost him,
Exactly. Fair enough.
Yeah, because that's found wealth. That's not earned wealth. That's
ambitious.
That's
ambitious.
That's not when you win the lottery. You didn't earn the lottery, and so women are attracted to really what's called creative intelligence. Meaning, like, I know how I made $1 million, I lost it, and I made it back again. That's more attractive than I won the lottery, I got $1 million.
Absolutely.
Right?
So when I say this thing where you were like we can switch gender roles and stuff. My point is the stats show that causes divorce, and I'm all about the babies, and they show studies that prove that 2-parent household, it's better.
I completely agree with you. I think that it's important that I address something that maybe didn't come across, which is I want to recognize that like the majority of society goes by these traditional gender roles. So there's a reason that it's 80%.
Majority.
Yeah, vast majority
goes by the gender roles.
Yes, is biologically preconditioned to be attracted to a partner who has certain.
So biologically, or like gender roles, like based on society, whatever society expects of you, because there's two different things.
Well, if you go back, 10,000 years, the women were gathering and making a nest, and the men were hunting, and the women would be attracted to the men.
Women were working too, though. Actually,
of course, it's just a different type of work.
No, like they were working, like making tools.
Listen, I'm from Israel. I served in the military. In Israel, it's mandatory for men and women, and I still feel that women can be strong. They can be independent.
Of course,
whatever, and they still can be feminine. Yeah. There's a power to femininity. So to bring back to my point before, I do think that the majority of us have some sort of connection to that,
so you're saying like biological, like something from back innate.
Yeah. It's in our biology to be that way, and that's okay. Like we need we can't fight it.
Can I get a bottom line answer from you? Would you rather be the stay-at-home wife, the stay-at-home mom, take care of the kids, and your man does all the work, or would you rather be the independent woman and your man does kind of the female role?
I'm really passionate about certain things. Like if you guys go on my TikTok, you'll see that one of my missions in life is to try and change the narratives about Israel and Palestine. So I would never be willing on giving that up, but that doesn't make me any money. And I'm not interested in having it make any money.
But what does that have to do with your family?
So I'm saying I'm not a person who needs to be the provider. What I need is to be able to work on projects and be passionate about something.
You want to take care of the kids, but also have a purpose.
Yeah, definitely.
Fair enough. Tori, are you okay with being the more maternal mother, take care of the kids, and that your man does the provider? You're good with that.
Yeah.
Do you think most women are good with that?
No, I don't.
And that's the problem that I think
Willow
is
it's not
distinguishing.
Necessarily that it's a problem. It's just that we don't know how to operate in a world. Like he was saying, like old order thinking. Like there's nothing in history that shows us that what we're doing right now is working. Like if you go back to Greek times.
Yeah.
Here we go. Where the men were really robust and really sculpted out, right? Like this is.
You're not talking about the Greeks who were having sex with each other, the guys in the bathhouses. You're talking about the manly guys.
Yeah, one of them was the nurturer.
Well, so listen, so there was proof that when our society started to lose gender or that, they would become more like noodles. That's like a quote from Camila Paglia. And she's saying you can see it in the artwork. So you would see these sculptures, and then you would see the guys that are just like this. Like they were becoming more feminine, and that's when the society collapsed.
Ooh,
so that's why
that's point right there.
That's why what we're doing right now, we're repeating history, but people don't see it like that because we're used to, or we think about it and we're like, oh, technology, we see it through social media. We're not looking at artwork. They don't even have certain art history courses in universities. It's like they're trying to get rid of it.
That's a really great point.